All right, Shalom. This is Kanata by Yasha Allah from the GMS Lions in Camp. First and foremost, I'd like to say Kyle Halayim by Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Harikakodash Ma'amah. Double honors to the elder apostles, great millstone, and salutations to the Akim that are pushing the truth and sincerity and truth, and peace and blessing to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right, this is Revelation chapter 20, verse 1. It says, "And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit, and a great chain in his hand, and laid on the dragon, the old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years." All right. And it says, "And cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and sealed upon him that he should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years shall be fulfilled, and after that he must be loosed a little season." All right. And what that's talking about is Esau and his power structure. All right. And that little season that he was loose to go deceive the nations is about up. And so with that being said, with the time being ran short on that, the time is run short on America. All right. So basically the topic that I'm going into is the economic crash of really of the world economy, not just the United States, but the world as a whole. All right, and this is all prophetic. All right, because the Most High Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is influencing this economical warfare that's going on right now. He's the one that has the money going like the way it's going. All right, to help push and bring forth his prophecies. All right. And so if you take the money away from Esau, Esau has nothing. All right. Esau has nothing, man. You take their money away, there's nothing. There's nothing. You take that money away, you take away their power structure. Because how are they gonna pay their military? So Esau set this whole system up in a carnal way it's a debt-based system, has everybody chasing the money, but he has all the money at this particular time. But we can see this like it's slowly coming to an end. All right, because what's happening is you see the Dow just crashed like 1,200 points. All right, and they're trying to say the dollar is rising while cryptocurrency is falling, but that's just that's just a setup for the recession, which this recession is going to lead to a depression. All right. And then they're going to have some form of way to fix it. And that's when they're going to introduce cryptocurrency. And that's what's going to introduce the mark of the beast. So this crash that you're seeing right now is just the setup to introduce the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast, man. All right. Let me get Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1. It says, "To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up," which is planting. All right, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up. And what's dying? This is this kingdom that was set up for Esau. All right. And what's being born is the kingdom of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right. When he set up the children of Israel under Yahweh Shai, man. All right. We're leading up into our time. Our time to shine. How they say it's our time to shine. We got next. All right. So it says a time to kill and a time to heal. What's being destroyed is Esau's kingdom. What's being healed is the children of Israel. It says the time to break down and the time to build up. What's being broken down is this infrastructure, this society, which is built, this image of the beast is being broken down. And what's being built up is the tabernacle of David. All right. A time to weep and a time to laugh. Because what's happening is You're seeing the downfall of Esau, and the Lord said, we're going to laugh. He said, I'm going to laugh at your calamities. All right. And 2/3 of our people are going to go down with it because they chose to follow the image of the beast, which is this system, man. All right. It says a time to mourn and a time to dance. All right. Israel's going to be doing the two-step. All right. While the rest of the world is mourning, the elect are going to be, dancing and rejoicing in the name of Yahweh Hashem Shai. A time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together. And what stones is he gathering together? His lively stones, the elect, his precious jewels, man. All right, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to get and a time to lose. A time to keep and a time to pass away. All right. It says a time to, and who's getting? All right. Esau's time of getting is over. All right. He has got the fatness of heaven and the fatness of the earth and the dew under heaven, just like he was promised to him by Isaac. All right. It says, a time to rend and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak. At one point in time when we didn't have the truth, we kept silent because we didn't know what to speak about. But now it is a time for the speak. The Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans confusing the faces that are of the elect to speak out against this devil, man. And you see his kingdom slowly, it's coming to an end. All right? A time to love, a time to hate, a time of war, and a time of peace. And we're in that time of war. You're seeing the economical war going on right now between America and all these other nations dealing with the petrodollar, which is going to be worth nothing. All right? It said, what profit hath he that worketh in that wherein he laboreth? All right, what profit did Esau have with the work that he laboreth and try to set up the system? Because Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is going to tear it down, man. All right. It says, I have seen the travail which Yahweh has given to the sons of men to be exercised in it. He hath made everything beautiful in its time. All right, and this was the beautiful time of Esau's kingdom, and it's crumbling down through the hands of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. Also, he has set the world in their heart, so that no man can find out the work that Yahweh maketh from the beginning to the end. All right, and you're seeing the end and that end is going to be manifested at his will when Yahweh Shai shows up. And everybody understands what the truth is from that point in time. All right? Because it's the Most High that makes rich and he makes alive, And he makes rich and he makes poor. All right? Because the scripture said the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. And Daniel 4:17. All right? No, let me get 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 6. It says, the Lord killeth and make alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. All right? Who are the ones that was killed and made alive? The children of Israel, man. As a matter of fact, let me go Revelations. Hold on. All right, this is Revelation 11 and 8. It says, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which is spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. All right. So now we were the ones that were dead. All right. But now we're being made alive through the word, man. All right. Let me go skip down to 11. It says, and after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from Yahweh entered into them, and they stood upon their feet. A great fear fell upon them which saw them. All right. So now we're the ones that were killed all day long, right? We're led as sheep led to the slaughter, but now it's time for our uplifting and for us to be brought back to life, man. All right. All right. Just made me think about a song, man. An old, song that that's talked about being woken up and being brought back to life. This is 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 6. It says, the Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. Right. Who is he bringing down to the grave? The so-called white man. All right, according to Isaiah 14. All right, he said, in Obadiah 1, he shall bring you down. All right, what is it, Jeremiah? I want to say 59. I'm not sure on that one, but but Esau's time to be brought down, is now, man. That little season that he was loose out of the bottomless pit to go deceive the nation is about over, man. All right. It says, "The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich; He bringeth low and lifteth up." All right. So we would what like the parable of rich man and Lazarus. All right, we represent Lazarus. All right, and the rich man represents Esau, man. But he shall be brought down to the pit, brought down to the sides of hell, man. All right, so all the hell that he created on this earth, man. Now he needs to sit off his. He's getting knocked off his high horse, and he has to dwell in the midst of the hell that he's created, the havoc that he's created on this earth, man. It says he raiseth the poor, slack it. He raiseth the poor out of the dust and lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill. All right, so we're the beggar because what does it say? All right, it says in the scriptures that um um us being the poor, um so but we're made rich, right? And we're the beggar because of Deuteronomy. It says he shall lend to thee, and we shall not lend to them. Roughly paraphrasing. All right, I just lost my train of thought real quick, but yeah, so that's basically so we're the beggar, and Esau, you know, was the one that was lending to us because that was a curse that was placed upon us. But another thing I'm gonna get into in this lesson, it's all these curses that were placed upon us shall be placed back upon Egypt, and America is a modern day Egypt, and the so-called white man is a modern day Pharaoh. All right. All right, and America is also modern day Babylon, all right, the mystery Babylon, daughter of Babylon. All right, it says, "In Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldeans, excellency, shall be as when Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall of the Arabian pitch their tent there." So they're not going to be those people, foreign people, Arabs and motherfuckers, them Indians and all the motherfuckers are not going to be able to come over here and open their liquor stores and all that kind of stuff anymore because it's not going. This place is going to be totally desolate. It said, "Neither shall the shepherds make their fold there." So there's not going to be any type of ways to make money going on here in America, man. Because America's going to be utterly destroyed, man. Next scripture, let me get. All right. This is Revelation 18:1. It says, "After these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lighted with his glory. And he cried mighty with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become a habitation of devils, and the whole and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird." All right. So according to Isaiah 13, it's going to be a den of dragons. I mean, like, slacking. Only like things like desert creatures and lizards and things are gonna, be able to dwell there. All right. So really, every foul spirit and the habitation of the devils, every clean and hateful bird, like those things that are going on in America to this day, man. Like any type of wickedness you could think of goes on here in America. All right. Any kind of deceit that you could think of goes on here in America. It says, "For all the nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And that one delicacy that America had was that dollar. The America, so-called white man, made that American dollar a delicacy, man, to where you couldn't move. At one point in time, you couldn't move without an American dollar. America was the only nation where you could use their currency everywhere, but nobody can use any other currency here. You can go other nations and use American dollar, but you cannot use no American dollar here. So they made that dollar a delicacy, but it's no longer a delicacy. All right. How far am I? All right. It says, wait a minute. Okay. It says, and I heard another voice, Revelation 18:4, it says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, that ye receive not of her plagues. All right. So we're gonna be in the church, like it says the elect shall scarcely be saved. Roughly paraphrasing. All right. It says, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled with her double. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously. All right. All right. So much torment and sorrow give her. That's what's coming to this place, man. It says, for she hath in her heart, she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Like that's what people think here in America. When you tell them America's about to be destroyed, they feel like nothing can happen to America. That's the pride. That's the prideful thought process of the so-called American way. You know, it says, I sit a queen and no widow and see no sorrow. That's how America feels. America, don't nobody feel like it ain't like true America feels like America cannot be taken down. Not even by the Most High. They think America is the Titanic, but you see what happened to that. All right, it says, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly buried with fire, for strong is the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua who judgeth her. All right, and not only that, the plagues. I wish I could find that. The plagues of that were placed upon us shall come upon America. So come upon the so-called white man. For real, for real. You know. Next scripture is Jeremiah chapter 44, verse 13. All right, yeah, this is it. All right, it says, for I will punish them that dwell in the land of Egypt, as I have punished Jerusalem by the sword, by the famine, and by the pestilence. All right. So he said, I will punish them that dwell in Egypt. So basically, it's talking about, let's go back to it again, America. All right. So generally Esau. All right. It says, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, and where also our Lord was crucified. All right. And America is spiritually Sodom and Egypt. And they crucified him with that image of the Cedric Borgia and that name of Jesus Christos. That name. All right. That's how they crucified our Lord, man. Okay. But those plagues are going to follow. The plagues that fall upon Egypt, man. I mean, the children of Israel are going to fall upon the so-called white man in America, man. That's just it. Slacking. So all the same plagues that came upon us are finna fall upon these people, man. and still stick to 2/3 of our people because they want to choose to follow behind the so-called white man, which is the devil. It's like it. This is Ecclesiastes 12:1. It says, "Remember now thy Creator in the day of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them." All right? So, true men of the Lord have no pleasure in these times right now. Yeah, we work because we got to eat, we got to pay bills, we got to take care of children if we have them. All right? But the affairs of this world, we don't really, you know what I'm saying, it really doesn't bother us. The only thing we do, reason why we deal with this world is because of prophecy and because of teaching. Prophecy and prophesying. All right? But if it, by all means, if you can find a way to whoop the system, come up. There's nothing wrong with that because the scriptures say whether man be rich or poor, if his heart is toward the Lord, then he's a righteous man. Roughly paraphrasing, you know. It says, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars will be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. So while you're able to get this truth, Shlaki, you better remember that Creator. All right, while you're in your youth, all right, while you're as a babe coming into this truth and growing and growing and growing and growing, remember that Creator. But don't be a foolish child and turn your back to this. Okay, it says, it says, and the doors be shut in the streets, and the sound and the grinding is low. So when the economy starts falling, right, then people are going to try to start turning to the Lord, but it's going to be too late. It says, and he shall rise up at the voice of the birds, and all the daughters of Shlaki. Yeah, that's right. No, Shlaki. I missed the scripture. All right. Ecclesiastes 12:3. It says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and who are the keepers of the house? The keepers of the house of America is the government. And you see they ain't working. Right? So this whole infrastructure is falling from an economical standpoint. And if you don't have in America, it's set up not to be a sovereign country, it's set up to be a business. And it's ran by NATO and the EU and the Illuminati. All right? That's just it. And now, if your business is not making money, right, you have to shut the business down. Boom. That's just it. And that's what you're seeing happening right now in front of your faces. It says, in the day that when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few. Those that look out the windows shall be darkened. And you're going to see a dark time where you're going to see mass suicide. That's funny that movie Bird Box just came out. You know, if I'm not mistaken, the last recession that led to the depression, um, it was a spike in the suicide rate. And you're gonna see it here again. All right, because once this dollar, it's already collapsed. Once America feels the effect of what's happening to the dollar, that's when people are going to start trying to open up their eyes, and they're going to try to handle it. That's when your conspiracy theorists that stockpile ammo and guns and food are going to be like, hey, I told you so, and go into their bunkers, hide into their houses and everything. And you're not going to see a lot of people out on the streets, and you're going to see a chaotic situation. And what are they going to do? They're going to try to calm the chaos down and say, hey, we got everything under control. We just got a new form of money. It's crypto, and it's a chip. Here, take this and plant it. I'll give you a certain amount of money. You can start over fresh. This is what we're doing for America. And that's how they're going to try to establish the system back through a new form of money. All right? It says, and the doors, this is Ecclesiastes 12:4, and the doors be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the birds, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. So all your Beyoncés, Nicki Minaj's, Cardi B's, all of them are gonna be brought low. Cause ain't gonna be no reason to buy no music. They won't be getting streaming advertising money because What are you going to be advertising for? Because you ain't going to be able to buy anything out of the stores. That's how crazy it's going to get. All right. And so, once again, let me go back to that. Jeremiah 44 and 13. It says, "For I will punish them that dwell in the land of Egypt, as I have punished Jerusalem by the sword, by the famine, and by the pestilence." All right. So right then, the Most High ain't never go back and punish Egypt. What that's talking about is spiritual Egypt, Sodom and Egypt. All right. Which is America. All right. So those plagues that came upon us is going to come upon America, man, and the so-called white man. And one of them is let's get Haggai 1 and 6. It says, "Ye have so much, but bring in little." All right. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. And it's funny because I was talking to my daughter yesterday, one day before yesterday, and she was like, "Oh, well, everybody works in the house. Everybody works. Everybody has a job, but we still broke." She said out of her own mouth, she said, "This can be nothing but a collapse of an economy. How does everybody work overtime, work all these jobs, but still can't afford to do anything?" She said, "Because the economy is messed up," which makes perfect sense. But this is all the Most High Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is doing, man. It says, "Ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. He that earneth," this is a point, "he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes." Especially dealing with this American dollar, man. So the scripture just said, "All the plagues that came on Jerusalem shall come upon Egypt." All right. So all the financial plagues that we were going through, man, is coming on to America and the so-called white man. So all their 401ks and their 800 credit scores is going out the window because it really doesn't even matter anymore. All right. Because that system is being done away with. All right. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 38. It says, "Thou shalt carry much seed out into the field, and shalt gather but little in, for the locust shall consume it." All right. So everything that you see, the infrastructure of America, the Illuminati, which is the locust, is consuming it, right? And they're finna do away with America just to push the whole New World Order, man. And that's just it, man. That's what they're setting up, the New World Order. Let me get James chapter 5, verse 1. It says, Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, like the dollar." They were pushing the dollar, and it was backed by nothing. It was corrupt form of money. It was a fiat note. It was an IOU. It was a debt-based system, right? Your riches are corrupt, and your garments are moth-eaten. All right, your gold and silver is cankered, and the rest of them shall be a shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasures for the last days. All right, and we are in those last days that he had heaped those treasures. It says, "Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth out, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth." And that means the Lord of armies right there. So the Most High hears our cries, the ones of them. And what is that? Revelation? I'm not Revelation. Ezekiel 9 and 4, talking about go through the midst of Israel and mark those that cry and sigh for the abominations that are done in the midst thereof. All right. And Israel was Jerusalem was the people for it was the place. All right. Yerushalayim, was it city of peace or teachers or city of peace or something like that? All right. We're taught to bring peace on this earth, which the peace is on this earth is scriptures. All right. But before that peace can come, there has to be destruction. Okay. I'm about to close it out. Let me get Isaiah 13:19. It says, in Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency shall be as when Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. And that's just it. It says, it shall never be inhabited again, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation, neither shall the Arabians pitch tent there. So this will be no longer the land of opportunity. You will no longer be able to set up your businesses here in America. It says, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there, but wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and the owls shall dwell there, and the satyrs shall dance there. All right? And the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in the desolate houses, and the dragons in the pleasant places, and her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. All right, and so Most High is not going to prolong the days of Babylon. With that being said, I want to say, Kal Halayu, La Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem HaRakah Kodash Ma'amah. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to the Akim that are pushing the truth and sincerity and truth. And peace and blessing to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. All right, shalom.